Okay, enough sports for now. Let's talk about something that you and I both like to do. We like to shop.
Right.
Have you noticed lately that we've gotten a lot of Canadian shoppers in the United States? If you plan on hitting the malls tomorrow or Sunday, no doubt you're going to hit a lot of Canadian neighbors next to you in the aisles. It's become such a big trend lately that Visit Buffalo Niagara recently took part in a big study about this, telling us more about why our neighbors to the north spend so much time shopping here and how it affects our economy, which it happened at a great time for us with the downturn in it all. We have Dottie Gallagher-Cohen, President and CEO of Visit Buffalo Niagara, joining us.
Good morning.
Nice to see you and so glad. Let's start. What are your thoughts? Is it just because of the dollar?
No, actually, that's what the study actually shows. It's beyond the dollar. There's a couple of factors. The exchange rate, obviously, is part of it. But Canadians' buying power has increased dramatically over the past 10 years. In fact, they have almost 100% more buying power than Americans do. So everything is a deal here, which is great. And I think that what we learned through the study is that not only are they coming down and looking for a great deal, but they're really having fun while they're here. And that is really contributing to the frequency of why they're coming. So we know this is happening, right? We see it, you know, I kiss all those license plates on my way into the mall every day when I go there. But we didn't know how much of it was happening and what could we potentially do to grow that business. So that's really what the research study was about.
Where do you think the trend will go from here? Like, is it going to continue, are we going to continue to see more and more Canadian shoppers coming over here?
Well, what was interesting about the study, I initially thought that's what we would learn, like where are the pockets where we could go market to bring people who aren't coming, but what we learned was that everyone's coming. And it's really a question of how do we get them to increase the frequency. About 40% of the people spend the night. One of the interesting things we learned is that of those people who spend the night, about a third of them don't do anything else. All they do is shop. And that's a problem. So, you know, there's a lot more here to do. We started doing some research about the sort of behavior of Canadians when we were getting ready to launch the Buffalo for Real brand. And what we've learned is that there's a real lack of knowledge about what else there is to do here. They know they can fly out of our airport and they can shop in our mall, but they don't know sort of the plethora of other things that are available to them. So that's where we go.
Now, mainly they're going to the bigger malls, Galleria, the outlet malls. Are you trying to drive them to more like the Elmwood Village, the downtowns?
Well, what we want to do is to expose all of it so that there's a reason to come back again, right? Because we want it to increase their frequency. So it's not that we're trying to get them out of the Galleria as much as we are to say, hey, take a look at everything else that's going on. But one of the other surprises from the study showed that 15% of those people are shopping in the Elmwood Village, which is something we have been really, in downtown is how it was defined, so Allentown and Elmwood. And that's something that we have been working on for about the past year and a half. We've got a shopping newsletter, for example, that goes to 5,000 Canadian women that talk about different shopping opportunities here in Western New York.
Are you doing anything like marketing in the malls to try to get people to then see what else is out there, or what other kind of what else are you doing, I guess, so they know about all the great things here in Western New York?
Well, we wanted to make sure that we understood the customer before we started to put together strategies. That's why we did the research. So now it's about, okay, well, how do we really maximize it? But one of the things that is going to be announced today is we are unveiling a visitor center in the airport on the secure side of the airport. And this is one of the reasons why, because 40% of the people using our airport are Canadian. So they cross over security and they're standing around with nothing else to do. It's our opportunity to really sell Western New York for their next visit. And so that's one of the strategic reasons why we're doing it. But a whole plan will come out of this about how we will market to this group and to remind them. One of the interesting things we learned in the study is they don't plan. So many of these same-day shopping trips are decided that week, which is a great opportunity for us to sort of, if we're top of mind and we actually market, maybe we can drive some additional frequency of these folks.
So
and they spend a ton of money.
They sure do.
And the people coming are wealthier, they're younger women. They make, half of them make over $100,000. So they're not coming down here to buy cheap shoes. They're coming down here to hunt for a great fashion deal.
Did you guys get like an average that they spend when they're here?
Cumulatively, the shoppers spend $913 million a year.
Wow.
Just in this area?
Business in our area, Erie and Niagara County.
Well, thank you.
That's why I said, you know, whenever you see a Canadian, you know, I don't care how many of them are in front of you in line, just say thank you and give them
Let
a
them in front.
kiss on the cheek and invite them back. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, and Channel 4, we were talking about it this morning on Wake Up. We are going to be at the announcement about the tourist center at the airport this afternoon.
Terrific, yep.
Is it this afternoon?
Yes, today.
And we'll have more of it tonight on News 4 at 5 and 6. Dottie
thank you.
Gallagher-Cohen, thanks so much for joining
Great
us.
to see you.
Nice to see
Nice
you, too.
meeting you.
Take care.
You look the same as I saw you like 15 years ago.